Shalom. It's your brother Dawud Dawud coming at you with this truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and salutation to you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Alright, we're going to get back into this series here, dealing with the mark of the beast, alright? We're going to go into the judgment for taking the mark of the beast, and we're going to also get into that other mark that they speak about in the Bible, alright? So, starting off here in the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right? Basically, you're going to go into that lake of fire. Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped the image. Alright? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19. I'm trying to get to the point here. And 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped the image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Next scripture. Alright, so that's basically getting into the the judgment of taking that mark of the beast chip, you know. Pretty much going to get put to death if you take that chip. Chapter 9, verse 4. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said it. Now we're getting into that other mark that's in the Bible that's spoken about. You know, they speak about two different marks in the Bible that's going to be put upon so-called people's foreheads. All right, that first word mark, if I was to go into it, that we talked about, means it's an incision. You know, something that's your skin has to be cut and it's going to be inserted inside of your skin. This mark is more or less talking about, how do you say, a metaphoric mark. You know, and when you go into this one, it just means exempt. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right? So, more or less, you know, that mark that's put upon their forehead is more or less, let me see how they put it here. It says, it's not actually in this here script here, but nevertheless, it's, the mark that they're talking about is basically this knowledge. You're waking up to this here knowledge. You know who you are. You know who the Most High is. You know who His Son is. You know, and more importantly, you know their names. You know, it says, we're not gonna read all the way down. Next scripture we're gonna get is the book of Revelation, chapter 14. Let's start verse 1. I'll read 1 and 2. And I looked in Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. So the Father's name written in their forehead, right? This isn't an actual mark that if you was to walk by, you could look at somebody's forehead and see Most High's name written in their forehead, But more or less it's metaphorically speaking, When, like, if you was to talk to somebody that's in this truth, and you was to ask them, what's the Most High's name? They, it's written inside of them. They know what it is now, They're like, his name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shah, Somebody was to ask you what your nationality is, you'd be like, we Hebrew Israelites, This is that mark that's written in our forehead, that knowledge that's put in our forehead. We no longer basically under the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the devil, This is Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat on them. I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that was beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So this is actually talking about that first mark we was going into. It says, look, they saw the souls of men who had not worshipped the beast, neither his mark upon their forehead. So these brothers here didn't deal with that first mark we was talking about, more or less. These brothers here got that second mark that we just read about, the Father's name in his forehead, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth of these scriptures, That brother would know that when he starts seeing these technologies and stuff, 5G technology, Internet of Things, Morgellons disease, smart dust, nanotechnology, chemtrails, I don't know if I said the Internet of Things. When you see all of these things, cryptocurrency, when you see all these things come together, Google Glass, sustainable cities, all of that. I mean, this is too much stuff to go into in 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But you look at all that type of stuff, the men that have that mark of the Most High on their foreheads, they're going to know that type of stuff. They're going to see these things and see these things coming together, But the other ones that took that mark in their right hand and their forehead, they don't see things going around them. They just buy it for the face value of what it is, But the government tell you it is. Oh, this is for your convenience. Go ahead and take this, Like your new debit cards and credit cards, Now pretty much everybody damn near got a debit card or a credit card with a chip in it, And they're supposed to be making it so it's more convenient for you. But if you ever notice, it takes you more time to sit there and insert that chip, wait for it to load up, and so on and so forth, than it did to just swipe it the old way. You swipe it, put your pin in, and you're good to go. So it's not really there for convenience, because it's actually an inconvenience to put the card in and wait instead of just swiping, Back beforehand, you just swiped your card and kept it moving, We're going to jump into Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding we're going to jump down to verse 4. Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000, all of the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, so the ones that's going to have that mark of the Most High on their forehead is only going to be 144,000 of them, all from the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay. I thought there was something else in here I wanted to grab. I thought it was right here. Come on, right here. Revelation 7:14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. All right? And how did they make their robes white with the blood of the Lamb? Okay, they woke back up. They got that mark of the Most High in their forehead. This is the mark of the Most High I'm speaking of. This ain't the mark of the beast that you're gonna receive, as an incision, an implantable mark, an implantable RFID chip, that's gonna help you to buy or sell in this here up and coming society that's like literally right around the corner. They already installed the majority of the technology, but and it's up and running. But nevertheless, with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. We're gonna go ahead and close it out with that. I say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth. And salutation to you, I can push in this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.